Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Techu Tuesday. This is your weekly 1 hour stream where we share the Techu on the share game. I'm your host and world champion Alvaro, and I'm gonna be playing against the AI to show you, the insights of my strategy, the way I like to play, and the usual foresight you need to keep in mind while you make every move. So let's start these games right away. We're gonna create a new room here, and I'm gonna do a play-by-play explanation as we go along with every move. Okay, so you should start with the lowest card on hand right now. It's just gonna be these two, and that makes us the first move of the game. So we're starting here. Um, you would usually start, moving forward. But then yeah, I also like to plan a backup strategy later on. So I'm gonna play this card here sideways in this side lane, far from this middle lane. And right now we got a good card, so we're just gonna move forward with this five. Keep in mind, usually if the lower card on my hand is a seven or an eight, I would usually play that forward, hoping to get a lower card later. If not, I would usually do it this way, like play this low card here and then this five over here. Okay, so we have nothing but big cards on hand right now, so we're just gonna play this ace in the middle. Keep in mind, I could have played the king, but that's a very, very, very risky move. The reason I could play this king, the king instead of the ace, is because the AI, when it doesn't have a high card, it's just gonna run away. It's just gonna play around non-stop until it has a good card to move forward. So keeping that in mind, you could tell it played this number four here, which means it didn't have a king or an ace. That means if I had played the king, he wouldn't have been able to take it. So that makes me think, I could just have played the king and then play my aces on top here to make a blockade on the second row, on his second row. But at this point, we're not gonna risk it. I could have, but we didn't choose to risk it this early on. Because keep in mind, it played sideways because he didn't have a big card on hand, but he could draw it in the next turn. So that's why I didn't want to risk it. Normally I could have, but I do it plenty of times, but not on this one. Let's just play it safe. Now on this move, I could have played the king because I it's a queen. I could have played the king, but I like placing the ace because in this is a very strong strategy against the AI. When you have two aces, back-to-back aces here, uh, the in order to cut me off, in order to have any kind of advantage using this strategy, he would have to move four spaces forward. Like he can block me here, he cannot block me here. He would have to move four spaces forward. That's a lot of cards to be wasted, especially if they're high cards. So that gives us a very good advantage. Using this strategy, I usually have like a 90% chance of winning. So I like to do it whenever possible. Against the AI, keep in mind, this is only a strategy that will work 90% of the time against the AI. Don't think it's going to work the same against other people. Okay, so pretty straightforward here. I could play a differential game, trying to play this jack over the 9, or I could play this 7 over the 2. I don't want to do this right now. That's a 5-point difference, and here is just a 2-point difference. Let's go with this one. He's probably gonna take it. Oh, he didn't. Okay, that's even better. So right now we could play a differential game, just a 1-point difference, but no. On this one, we're gonna play here, hoping that it would take it with a bigger card. Okay, so it's just the same game over and over again. He's gonna take it, I'm gonna take his. And at this point, we just need to buy time. Okay, that card I'm not gonna take, but I am not too concerned about it. Honestly, I'm not gonna worry about any card on the opponent's home row. You're obviously not gonna win taking every card on the opponent's hand, on the opponent's side of the board. So it's a numbers game. You just have to win the majority, and right now we have a big lead. places the ace back here, that's usually a good move for us because he would be forced to play a strong card on his home row, which is obviously not something you want to do. So he's not getting any cards. We just keep pushing. Oh, he just got it. Well, it was about time. You see what I'm telling? What I was saying? He has to play 4 cards forward in order to block me off here. Ooh, I wish I would have gotten that to block it here. I would have gotten that sooner. I wish I would have gotten that sooner. Anyway, we're not gonna matter too much about that card right now. We're not gonna worry too much. Let's see if we can cut him off here. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Oh, look at that. So it's a 1 point game. This is not one. This is not a. This game is not in the bag. So anything could happen. Okay, that gave us a sure win. Because right now, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take this queen here, and whatever he does, I end up winning. Good. We got the first win of the night, and we're gonna keep on moving. And we're gonna try to keep winning in the process. Again, with the lowest card on hand, we started with a 2. That gives us the first move of the game. The AI has the last move. So we're just going to play this here sideways like we did last time. And then we're going to move forward here. He's probably going to move forward. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Now, you have to look at the situation right now. I'm playing bigger card than he is. With the exception of the 2, I have played 6, 6, 8, 2. And he played 5, 2, 2, 8. So these 2 are the same as these 2, but then these 6s are bigger than this. If you keep on with this strategy of playing around until you get a good card to move forward, he's probably going to end up winning later when he has nothing but big cards and you already wasted your middle to high cards on empty spaces. So I decided to move forward on this one, hoping we don't regret that later. And we didn't. Okay, this is very, you have to think about it here. So he definitely drew that this turn. Otherwise he would have played it over these 10 that I played over here. There's no reason he would not play that if he had it before. But this is not a strong position. So even if I put a king over here and he aces that, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take this middle spot here, which is a much stronger position. So we can risk it here. Okay, he ended up not taking it either way, and we're gonna move forward. If he plays a king, okay, so that's good for us actually. But he's gonna try to run away like he did last time. We're not gonna allow that. Hopefully he plays a king in that position. If he plays the ace, which he could very well do that. That puts us in a top spot. And he just did. The good the good thing is, you know, he didn't take any of my kings, but now I'm gonna spend these cards taking not the cards that I was expecting to take from him. Nevertheless, we are in a good spot right now. You know, we got this, I don't know how you want to call this shape, but you know, he can't move past that. And we're gonna see if we can get him to spend big cards on nothing. Well, that didn't happen, but remember, look at the score. This is a 2-point game, and he just played a card that I'm able to take with a very low card on my hand. And just like we did before, this is a numbers game. Now, it's hard to argue where you would like to put this because he definitely has a card that's going to take it over. If I play this here and he plays whatever, then if I get a high enough card, I might try to take him up here and then cut him off. But that's just you know, I'm just dreaming at this point. That's just make believe. He's not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna win this battle over here. He definitely has high cards to take anything I would counter with. You see, so right now it's still a 2-point game. I just have to hope I'm able to resist. No, I have nothing but low cards right now. He won this. Yep. This is what I told you that we couldn't spend our middle to high cards on empty spaces because we're gonna play that at the very end, and we did. Even though we didn't actually waste any time, we did move forward. We went very aggressively. He just played these two aces in the middle, which are very similar to the strategy I played in the last game. Two aces in the middle, back-to-back aces are very strong strategically in the middle. The way, you know, considering the way the AI plays. Again with the lowest card, and we also end up being the first one to play. And right now we have the easiest strategy of the game, playing an ace in the middle. And that's exactly what we're going to do because we're not going to take this 7 with anything else. We can take this 7. You know, we have a 7 and a 6. So, and I'm not going to play around. No, not this game. Not this game. Not this time. Okay, let me see if we can play another card big enough. Yep, exactly what I wanted. And now we're gonna play this 6 here. Hopefully he's gonna spend another high card, taking that over. Oh yeah. Now consider this the following scenario. He took a 6 with a king. So he has either a 6 or lower cards or aces and and kings on hand. So I mean, the ideal scenario it would be to take this 9 with a jack or a 10. I don't want to waste a queen to take over the 9. Not this early on, so we're just gonna play this here. Okay, we can take this 8 whenever. So let's just take this 9 here, which is what we were looking for before. Hmm. He's up to something. Okay, that's even better for us. Why doesn't that surprise me? What? Okay. Well, the good news is he already played both aces, and the sooner I get my other ace, the better off I'll be. So I'll be able to cut into his defenses, and then he's gonna have to play defense. Okay, this is a bad position to be in, where you end up wasting middle to high cards and empty spaces. Okay, I actually want to take this before taking the king. Let's see what it does. Hmm. I don't want to give him a chance. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for, what I was hoping for, to get a car high enough to take this, but so I wouldn't waste this 10 on the H. A more aggressive strategy. So we're just gonna play this here. Right now we just have to run out the clock, guys. Look at the score. It's a 1 point game. The only card I'm concerned about, if you could say, is the other king, which I will not be able to stop. It looks like he drew it in the last turn. So okay. We got this one. It's a 4 point difference. Hey Thomas, what's up?
Hey, happy Techu Tuesday.
Thank you, thank you.
So I'll give a shout out to Trip, who's, I believe, having surgery right now,
Yes, he's
right?
supposed to. Yes, yes, he's supposed to be having surgery. He was messaging us a while ago, but he's been quiet for quite some time. So I guess he already went into surgery. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Let's hope he recovers pretty quick. And yeah, we should have him here. Actually, he's gonna be having more Techu impromptu streams. Uh, you know,
That's right.
yeah. So we did back-to-back streams this past weekend. Do you see them?
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Love the impromptu ones.
Mhm. Yeah, quite impressive
Um,
games. I ended up winning. We didn't keep a tally. I would just looking at the stream later. I would tally up the wins and losses and ties, and it was
mhm.
like 10-5 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that he actually started winning. He actually started pretty strong, and then he would
Uh-huh.
run his mouth like, "Oh, I'm doing great."
That'll
and,
do it.
and then he would take a dive like, and then I would win like 4 games in a row or something like that. So
Oh my God.
yeah.
All right, well, let's give this a try. I think I can only pop on for like one game, but
Oh, let's see.
we'll
Okay,
see.
if you're available, sure. Let me create a room real
Yeah,
quick. Yeah, perfect.
been a while. Let me cover up the stream. All right. You want to create a room or
Oh
should I?
yeah, I was about to. Yeah. You should already see it. If you don't, I believe it is because you are running a different version than I am.
Yeah, you're right. I just realized that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think
Because I haven't updated the
there's,
one on the computer. The one I'm using for the stream. I haven't updated this one. I
yeah,
um
I
I
think,
do have the latest version on my phone, but we wouldn't be able to see it on the stream if we play on that one.
yeah. I got you. Let me see. Hmm. Your room's still open, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
I only have the advanced versions on both my phone and the tablet.
Oh man.
So I need to download the one from the App Store because I've got the one from
You should be able to do that
uh,
quickly, don't you?
Test Flight. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that right now.
Okay.
So hang tight, everyone. Let's see if I can't do that in the next
Mhm.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game called again. Touch you on the chair. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I should ask you a favor. Whenever I'm doing the stream and Nick joins,
uh
usually
huh.
when I'm finishing the stream, I say, "Okay, everybody, thank you," and then he he leaves thinking like I'm saying hi, like I'm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can you tell him like when I do this, he doesn't have to leave immediately? I mean, if he
Right,
wants to, of course he can. It's just that
right.
we're
But it's just
actually
the
in the middle
stream.
of yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see him. I think tomorrow.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I'll hammer that into his head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
Just mention that to him.
it's loading. There we go. Open. Have a good feeling about this one. Uh,
The room is still there.
yeah, 1.06. Here we go. All right,
Great.
I'm in. You see?
Yes, 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 yes. It loaded up here
Oh,
just
I
fine.
didn't change my Techu. I'm just the plain gray
Oh,
one.
you went with the default one. Yeah, it's okay.
Right. Do it.
Oh, you didn't change your DAG or anything. It looks pretty.
I love the little like pirate one that you've adopted as your go-to.
Mm,
Whoa.
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up there. Damn, what do you have? So you've got to have like maybe another ace.
To be honest with you, I don't feel so hot about this strategy right now.
No, I mean you're in a position where like supposedly it'll all come back to bite you in the ass if I
Mm-hmm.
get some good cards going on here, which I have them somewhere. Hmm.
You got the last move on this one, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah. I think I might have played that too soon.
Mm, that seems like a decent move, actually. Not decent enough,
No,
though.
yeah, it all depends on can I beat like what's my next card? I have no idea. All right, it's this. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Hey. Um,
It's my move,
do you have a king
actually.
left?
So,
Man, I'm like flying by the seat of my pants here.
okay, I took a queen under there, so you don't have another queen. What about your jacks?
No, I'm pretty much out of all the good stuff.
I'm not so sure. Can't risk it. Oh, dude. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like, what can you do?
Oh gosh. Okay, so do you have no kings, but you have a queen left.
I'm not sure I do. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, I think you do, which is very inconvenient for me. And you had a jack left. Oh my gosh. I'm done for.
Really? Oh, yes.
Good game.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more, and then I gotta bounce.
Oh, sure.
Good game.
Very
You
good
won it
indeed. It got me
fair
sweating
and
for a
square.
second.
Even with having to put your ace over nothing in the middle. Here you go.
Dude.
This time we'll fight
Yeah.
for long.
I like when we get engaged into battle early on. Okay.
All right.
If you only knew that I hadn't drawn that king when I played the seven.
Oh
I
man.
was like, I went on a limb. Oh, if you take that, it's over for me. Damn.
Oh, you don't. Oh man, that's very lucky.
Okay. Feel better now.
All right. There's one.
Yeah, like even if you take that king, doesn't matter. Hmm.
Okay. Sorry. I know
It's
you hate
okay.
that. But
Dude, I'm already used to it. Like
all right.
if you saw the last stream, you would know that Trip would usually like he would play a card in the middle, and I would get all excited like early on in the game, and I'm like, okay, let's get it on, and then he would move it sideways, and I'm like, man, don't do it, stop it, you know that pisses me off. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like psychological warfare.
yeah,
All
Now getting
right.
me all worked up, and I'm like, okay, let's get it on very early on in the game. Let's get it started. And he would just back down. I'm like, oh man, don't do that. You're hurting my feelings. Okay.
I think you got this one too.
I have to think this
Unless you
one very
magically
carefully.
can't, like, you got to have something to break through.
Okay, so the only thing I can think of right now is doing this.
Ugh, and I don't have it. Damn. Hmm.
Because you got to make a choice. You could either take this or take this or take this.
Right. All right. I'm gonna try a bold move here because I can't take any of those things.
Um, Turns out that might actually work.
Okay. Well, too little, too late, I think.
Really?
Shit, man. Yeah. God damn. If I could have aced that 8, that would have been ideal. You got it.
Mm, no, it's actually going to be a tie. Oh, no, or no?
No, I've got
No?
a 2.
Oh, okay.
Undefeated. Undefeated.
That's why
Ruler
I'm
of not only AI, but the human
that,
champion.
that's why I'm the champion, man. That's
That's why you're number one. All right, I would keep going, but I gotta bounce.
Sure, 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 no problem. And just as I
Great
say
job.
every day, man, anytime you want to do the stream impromptu, just hit me up. Hey, even if it's a little bit too late, you never know if I'm active, so just let me know.
What time is it for you right now? Where you are?
It's 10:38. I'm Easter time right now.
Oh, okay, you're Eastern time.
Yep.
Okay. All right, man.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. See ya.
Happy Touchy Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you. So that was Thomas, and you see, it's infinitely more intense and exciting when you play against other people, not just against the AI. Okay, just like we said before, we're going with this time I could go with a very risky strategy of playing the queen because sometimes when it plays sideways, it doesn't have an ace, but it does have a king. And if that were the case, then I would have aced it, and I would have been in a very good position to win this game. So right now we are not going to play this king whatsoever. We are going to play this ace in the middle and conquer that position. He's obviously gonna try to. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it would do. Uh, Keep in mind he played a jack, so that was the lowest card on hand for him, and he definitely has big cards. So I don't want to put a king on top of a jack. He most likely is going to ace it. Let's play this jack over here. He didn't ace it. Okay, let's keep playing here. And as I said, he definitely had an ace on hand. So the chances of him having another ace are slim. So we're just gonna play this here. If you wanted to be a little bit risky, you could just play that 7 on top of a 6, which is the next move I'm gonna make. But doing that before securing this spot was very risky indeed, because he could have a king on hand. Okay. So right now we don't have to worry about losing this middle spot here unless it comes this way. Because right now, if the AI goes after this king, with the other ace, the only card he can use to take over the queen would be the other king, or one of his kings, I should say. And I have the card to counter it. So the last card he played was a five. So I don't wanna play this six on an empty space. Um, but I think we could. And he did just that. So right now, let's just play a little risky here. And that was the card he was trying to use. I decided to put these three here to let him have a chance to take that queen. But if the card he was gonna take that queen with was another ace, then that would have been very hard for me to come back from. So that's why I decided to play these three here, and then he ended up putting the king on top of a jack, and now we're gonna take that king. All we have to do right now is protect this middle space. We can let him cut us. I think we got this, but I'm not sure. It depends on what he has right now. Okay, perfect. Woo! AI plays can be AI matches can be just as intense because the AI knows what cards are left. When it has three cards left, when everybody has three cards left to play, then it knows what those cards are and can plan accordingly, the best strategy to win the game. I don't count cards, not at this level. I can count kings, aces, and queens, and sometimes even jacks. Not everything else. I don't keep count of what cards are left at the end of the game, at the end of the match. Well, let's just keep playing. We have time to play like maybe four more matches. And again, we're the first to play. The previous one we were last. I don't remember what card I drew or I played. And right now we don't want to risk it because the lowest card. Yeah, that's actually very good. So the lowest card he played was a nine. So you have to think that that was the lowest card on hand. And the highest card I could have was a queen. That's not very powerful when you want to play like the middle of the board, when you want to battle the middle of the board. So we're just gonna go to our backup strategy. We're gonna run our backup strategy. He's gonna definitely take it, and that's the reason we decided to build this side lane here. Oh, I wish I would have gotten that sooner. We are definitely not gonna let him take this pot. We're gonna play this ace if necessary. Okay, very good. I think that pretty much gives us the win. He's not gonna be able to recover from this. He will be able to use the ace to take that queen. Good. He's being very aggressive, which we tend to like against other people. Not against the AI though, because sometimes when the AI plays very aggressively, it's because he has the cards to back it up. Okay. Yep, let's play this way. That's the AI basically just throwing the game. And we're down to the last three moves of the game. We're gonna end this with a Techu unless the AI plays a 2 at the very end. Let's see what happens. No, he's not gonna go for that. He's gonna try to take this 5. Oh no, he couldn't. And we got the Techu. So let's keep it going. It only took around 3 minutes to make that last move. That last match, to finish that last match. Uh, so we definitely have time for like 3 more at the very least. Another easy win, another easy start, a strong start, I should say. Now, when you get something like this at the start, at the very start against the AI, you don't want to play the lowest card. Sometimes you want to play the second lowest card just so that you don't tie, you don't get a draw at the on the very first move. Okay, that wasn't the case, but still, that could have been the case. Look at the card he played. So the AI is playing in the middle, so you know he has a strong card to try to take it over. We're not gonna let him, and we're just gonna play this ace over here. If I had a 7, 8, or maybe a 9, I would have played it, but not a 10. A 10 over a 6, there's a good chance you're just gonna ace it. That's not a very good position for us to beat. Look at that. A jack on an empty space. Ooh, this is so strong for us. Let's see if we can ace it. Yep. Like I told you guys that putting 2 aces in the middle gives you like a 90% chance of winning. When you take one of the kings in that middle position, then it goes up to like 95% chance of winning. Like it's very hard to lose against the AI when you got 2 aces, back-to-back aces in the middle row, and one of them has taken over a king. And if you take both kings, it's like 99% chance of winning. Like you cannot lose if you took both aces, both kings in the middle position like this. No way of losing like this. Look at this. I didn't mention any of this, but I was thinking about playing that queen on top of a 10 because of to keep the differentials to a minimum because I took a 9. I took that 9 was used to take over a 6, so it's like a 3 point difference, and here it was just a 2 point difference. I decided to go with this either way. Oh, I don't know what key I pressed. I decided to go with the 9, and it ended up being the best move because now he ended up wasting a king to take that over. I can now play this queen freely, but I just want to make sure. I just want to see how many cards he ends up wasting on empty spaces. Oh, not so many. All we have to do right now is run out the clock. And when I say run out the clock, I mean, making sure they run out of turns to play. Not much left to do. So let's try to end this with a Techu. Doesn't have another. He doesn't have any other queens because he played the other queen right here. He doesn't have aces. He doesn't have kings. So he's not gonna take over this jack. This jack is a solid wall over here. And then we're gonna use this to end with a Techu. And there we go. Oh, we got another avatar. Oh, by the way, let me change the avatar. I don't usually that pirate is not my favorite one. It's a magician or a mage, I don't know, however you want to call it. Oh, look at Goku. That's in. Oh, look at this. This is my favorite one. Not a very strong start, but we're just gonna play with the lowest card on hand, and just like before, we're gonna play this sideways, and the next turn we're gonna play this 5 over here. Okay, up until this point we have played the same exact cards, but this is the only sensible move we can make, and he will definitely take that spot. Don't think it's gonna happen any other way. FYI, I don't usually like putting cards here. That's usually a losing strategy because that just gives him a bridge to build over your cards. But in this case, I wanted to go for it. Whew, this is a very tough choice, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna take it. Because he already spent both kings. We were lucky to draw the ace, by the way. He spent both kings. So this queen over here, in order to take it, he's gonna have to use the other ace he hasn't drawn yet. This is not the best strategy for us, but either way. Remember what I told you about um, him already playing both aces, both kings, so I don't have to worry about taking this card. I'm just gonna use it to take over this one. We're still in a bad place right now though, because we're backed up here. Like we're corner, basically corner. Okay, now I'm on the offense right now, or offense, however you want to pronounce it. It's a 1 point game. He has the lead. I don't have very strong cards on hand, but he probably doesn't have either. Oh, he did. A tie? Oh, yes. FYI, I would have won this if I hadn't played this jack over here. Because when I did that, then that's when he decided to take over this lane. And if I had played, like, let's say I had played this 8 on top of the 2 first instead of playing the jack here, if he would have played the 9 here, then I would have played the jack on top of it, and then he wouldn't have been able to take this low card. I think it was a 4. So he would have been forced to play another card on an empty space, and then I would have had the lead. But anyway, that's why it's very important to think before you make the very last moves of the game, especially when you're tied or close to a tie. This is gonna be our last game if we don't win, because like remember, we don't end streams with wins, with the ties or losses. We have to end the stream with a win. So let's make it happen. And we have a very good chance to do that because we have an ace. We could go with a queen, with a king, but we will not risk it. Not when it's the last move, play the last match of the stream. If it wasn't the last, I could risk it because I'm gonna play another one either way. But we're trying to make this the last, and we're trying to end with a win. I'm just trying to make. I'm just trying to make sure he plays a queen. No, no, no. Let's. I mean, the ideal scenario would be for me to play this queen here, and then he would play the king, and then I ace it. I'm not gonna run the risk. We still have a 90% chance of winning with this, so don't worry. He's gonna play a card here to protect these 3. And he already played both kings. We don't have to worry about that, about those cards. He's definitely gonna ace it. I'm hoping he does. Okay. We still need to be aggressive, but we're not gonna play on his home row. We're just gonna play this here. Ooh, I was hoping to get that. Oh, this is trouble for me, guys. I have a lead, but not for long. Or do I? Yes. Great. That's why I tell you, you have a 90% chance of winning when you play this strategy. We were very close to getting a tie or a loss, but we didn't. We didn't. That's all that matters. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to download the app at techu.app, A-P-P, techu.app, and so you can join the community, join our Discord channel, and I'll see you guys